What's up guys, and welcome back to another video. So a pretty cool but short one today. So while we're on a roll with the videos after doing that drift day the other day and that, and the sort of balls rolling, I have actually just picked up this hoist from a mate's workshop. Mate got a new workshop, was getting rid of some old gear and stuff, so we've managed to end up with the like a half height hoist, like a scissor hoist. I cut it in half. It's because it's all connected. It was like a mobile one where you can roll it around with a trolley, so it's all connected as one unit, and we tried to lift it and it was horrendously heavy, so I ended up cutting it in half at his workshop so we could fit it in the back of Martin's van. Wrestled it here, got it roughly in place, but I'm going to cut the rest of the joining pipes out because it's not like staying as like a sort of mobile unit. I'm going to bolt them down anyway, so I'm just going to bolt them down separately, just so that when it comes to moving it next time, it's just a case of lifting them into a van. Man, it must be like at least 400 or 500 kilos. It is super heavy because it's quite an old school one. So today's mission is just going to be cutting those pipes, get it all plumbed up and just get it working again pretty much. I'm going to get quick release hydraulic fittings. They're only like 1/4 inch BSP. So I'm just going to get some quick release hydraulic fittings for the hoses into the little power unit here, just so that I can leave the power unit in the workshop. Just disconnect the hoses, leave the hoses outside, it's all bolted down or whatever. So let's get cutting. Guys, so the main reason I'm cutting these off, because this was like a mobile one with a trolley, it was like a whole unit, so you could just move it around the workshop. You don't have to like realign it every time and stuff like that. Like if you buy these new as like a separate scissor lift unit and they're like permanently fixed, they just come as 2 separate units anyway. So it's not like dodgy or dangerous or anything cutting this middle bit out. It's purely because I don't need to be moving it around. Like once it's fixed, it's fixed. So but yeah, you see what I mean by how thick it is, and looking at how it looks, I'm pretty sure it is actually just hollow bar, so it's pretty solid. Probably keep those just in case I want to, I don't know, but gonna clean up the nibs on this one, because where I cut them I just sort of did a bit of a guesstimation when I was at his workshop. Where is it? There. I'm gonna cut those down to like the same shortness as these. I do need to see about how I'm going to fix them to the ground, because it is only tar seal, but I think some decent sized little concrete screws should be enough to like, at least hold them from moving around. Okay guys, I'm back. I had to shoot off to work for a few hours because of a breakdown, but it's the evening now and I'm back. I just got the ramps pretty much set in place, hooked that other hose back up to the little control box, little pump, and I figured I'm just going to do a quick test lift now, make sure I'm happy with the placement of them, chuck it on the lift and see if that's where we're going to bolt them down. Exciting. the moment it seems like for some reason it's not equalizing the pressure, so I'm just going to make sure all the lines and everything are connected up nicely and stuff, because I'd imagine it's got drop valves in it and stuff too, so just going to check all that over. Alrighty guys, it's a few days later now, but you would have noticed how one side wasn't coming up like the other side was, so I ended up having a bit of a play with it, not very long, later on that evening when I got back from work. I think the ram on this side is passing. I think the seals were gone, because these were connected with this pipe. I think this ram working fine was actually sort of helping lift this side up at the same time, but now that I'm running them individually, because I've tried swapping them with the pump and it's the same, this side has the issue, so it's from the pump, either this line or this ram has the issue. And what I did is I tricked the micro switch that stops it. I just shorted that out so that it kept going. Once this side was up, put all the pressure to this side, and once it was all the way up, it pushed a heap of fluid out past this wiper steel. And because these are single acting rams, so there's only fluid on one side and it's just a gravity release to go back into the tank, there shouldn't be any fluid on this side of the piston. So I think what's happened is the seals are gone in this, but this side ram has just been helping it, and now that I'm running it as two separate, this side hasn't got the balls to be able to lift the car on its own, because once it had the weight of the car on it, it was just stopped dead. And then when I took the car off, lifted it up, it pushed a heap of fluid out past this wiper seal. So what I'm going to do now is just figure out pulling the ram out, which is actually a bit of a pain, because the top pin, the bottom pin's easy enough, but the top pin here is actually like on this little pivot bracket. So I'm going to cut some blocks of wood, hold the top, and then drop these two pins up here so that I can actually lift that and try and pivot it in some which way. Actually, that might not even work either. Either way, I need to try and most likely get this main bolt out. I think it's going to be a bit of a pain. It's only a small ram, so it shouldn't be too bad to re-kit. I might just have to buy some little C-pin spanners, because I haven't got any of that sort of gear over here. It's a bit annoying, I've got all that stuff in New Zealand, but I'll look at chucking a new set of seals in this ram, and then we should be good to go. Okay guys, got this last pin pretty much all the way out. Let's pull this fitting off. Bit of bummer I haven't got like decent bends with the vise and stuff, because then I could try and pop this end off, or a decent set of stillies. Then there's just enough of a lip there, a decent set of Stilsons, I could probably get it, but that's alright. I'll have to take it into work. Maybe Monday, get it pulled apart so I can order a seal kit. Alrighty guys, so they're pretty small cylinders, so it shouldn't be too much of a major. Should just be a pretty cheap little seal kit, as long as the bore is nice inside the shell. So hopefully that's fine and it's not passing because it's scored or anything, which these are pretty out of harm's way. I'd say it's probably just the seal's worn from being used, because it is quite old, this lift. So should be sweet. We'll cut forward to wherever I am when I start pulling this thing apart. Alrighty guys, so I just realized how long this video is now that I've edited it, so I'm going to call it here for this video, and we'll jump to the next video for pulling it apart and getting the seal kit ordered. Otherwise it's going to end up being a real long video. So just checking it out guys, we'll catch you in the next one.